Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about the amplitude, time period, frequency of vibration, loudness and pitch of a sound. What do you mean by vibration? The to and fro motion of an object is called vibration. This is also called as an oscillatory motion. For example, consider a string and a small bob is attached with it. Okay, let the bob be initially here at this point O and let the bob start its motion from here. Okay, let the bob moves towards the point A first. Okay, then comes back to O, that is it is oscillating like this, going forward and backward, it is oscillating like this. Okay, we are considering one such motion like the pendulum bob of a clock, no? Okay, we are considering such a motion. Okay, that is it is going here, coming back to here, then going to this side, again going to this side like this. Okay, so initially let the bob is here at this point O, then goes towards the point A. Okay, then comes back to O, its initial position, then going towards the point B, then again coming back to the point O. Okay, this can be considered as one oscillation. That is one complete to and fro motion or one complete back and forth motion of a body about a fixed point is called one oscillation. Okay, that is actually called as one oscillation. One complete to and fro motion, that is actually called as one oscillation. Alright, that is here the bob starts its motion from the point O, goes to this side, then goes to this side and coming back to its initial position. Okay, that is it started its motion from here and ended its motion here. So we can consider this as one oscillation, one complete to and fro motion. Now, the number of oscillations per second or number of oscillations in 1 second is actually called as frequency of vibration or frequency of oscillation. So, number of oscillations per second, that is actually called as frequency of oscillation or frequency of vibration. For example, if in 1 second of time, this object moves towards A, then goes to this side and comes back to the starting position. And again going towards A, then towards B and comes back to its starting position. Okay, that is returning back to the starting position. So here we can say that this object has completed or this bob has completed 2 oscillations in 1 second. Okay, that is in 1 second it has completed 2 oscillations. That is, number of oscillations in 1 second is what? 2. So its frequency is what? Frequency of oscillation is what? 2. Frequency is not just 2 actually. It has a unit. The SI unit of frequency is hertz. Okay, it is represented by H, capital letter H and Z. Okay, so here the frequency, in this case the frequency of oscillation is what? 2 hertz. Okay, a frequency of 1 hertz is actually 1 oscillation per second. That is in 1 second it will move towards A, then goes to B and then coming back to O. Only 1 oscillation in 1 second, then frequency is 1 hertz. So if a frequency of 20 hertz is actually a frequency of 20 hertz is actually 20 oscillations in 1 second. That is, if the object oscillates 20 times in 1 second, what would be its frequency? It would be 20 hertz. Okay, now what is time period? Time period is actually the time taken to complete one oscillation. If the time taken to complete one oscillation is 2 seconds, then time period capital letter T is equal to 2 seconds. If the time taken to complete one oscillation is 3 seconds, then time period T is equal to 3 seconds. Amplitude and frequency are 2 important properties of any sound. What is amplitude? I am representing a sound as a wave like this. Okay, this is a wave representation. Sound is due to vibrations, no? The to and fro motion of an object is the vibration, right? That is, let this object be here initially at its mean position. So here the object is at rest at its mean position initially. So in the wave representation, here I have taken this straight line as the mean position. So that bob is here at the mean position initially. Okay, then it goes towards the point A and reaches that point A. So it goes towards the point A and reaches the point A. Okay, then it is coming back to O. So it is coming back to O, its mean position. Then goes towards B, that is in the opposite direction. That is A was on the right hand side, B is on the left hand side. So it goes towards B in the opposite direction. So you see here the wave, it is represented like this. This is going towards B. The point B is marked here. This is going towards B in the opposite direction. No, here the wave is drawn in the upward direction. So in the opposite direction. No, so here the wave is now drawn in the downward direction. That's all. Then after reaching the point B, it will go back to its initial mean position. So after reaching the point B, it will go back to its initial position. Okay, so we will consider one oscillation, one complete vibration or one oscillation like this. Okay, this actually represents one oscillation or one complete vibration. Okay, that is we can represent these vibrational motions or oscillatory motions using such wave representation. If you have one more oscillatory motion, then you can draw one more wave here. Okay, so from here to here we will get one complete oscillation. So from here to here, this is actually representing one complete oscillation or one complete vibration. Now, this maximum displacement or distance mode, this is actually called as, that is from here to here, this maximum distance mode or this maximum displacement mode is actually this maximum displacement from the mean position, or this maximum distance mode is actually called as amplitude. Okay, this is actually called as amplitude. The loudness of a sound is actually proportional to the square of the amplitude of the vibration producing the sound. That is, the loudness of a sound depends on its amplitude. When the amplitude of vibration is large, the sound produced is loud. When the amplitude of vibration is small, the sound produced is feeble or weak. So here you just compare these two waveforms representing the sound waves. Here the amplitude is more, so this sound will be louder. Here the amplitude is less, so the sound will be quieter. Okay, the sound produced is feeble when the amplitude is small, and the sound produced is loud when the amplitude of vibration is large, because loudness is actually loudness of a sound actually depends on the amplitude. Now, when we compare the sound of a baby with that of an adult, we can feel some difference in them, no? Even if the two sounds are equally loud, they differ in some way, right? Actually, the frequency determines the shrillness or pitch of a sound. Pitch of a sound is actually our ear's response to the frequency of sound. Consider two waves like this. Which has more frequency? Frequency is the number of oscillations or oscillations completed in 1 second, no? Number of vibrations or number of oscillations in 1 second, no? Okay, let both these are represented for 1 second of time. In a wave representation, you see from here to here actually taken as one oscillation. So how many are here? 1, 2. Only 2 are here. Now for this, you see 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are there. So which has more frequency? Frequency is actually the number of vibrations or oscillations completed in 1 second. One oscillation means from here to here. That is from here to here. That is one oscillation. So here only 2 oscillations are completed in 1 second. And here 11 oscillations are completed in 1 second. So which has more frequency? This one, no? Okay, if the frequency of vibration is higher, we say that the sound is shrill, sharp and has a higher pitch. If the frequency of vibration is lower, we say that the sound has lower pitch. For example, a drum produces a low pitch sound. A whistle produces a sound of higher pitch. A bird makes a higher pitch sound. A lion makes a low pitched roar. However, the lion makes a lower pitch, the lion produces a low pitched roar. However, the roar of a lion is very loud while the sound of the bird is quite feeble. See, a lion makes a low-pitched roar, but the roar of the lion is very loud. Do you get confused now? The lion makes a low-pitched roar, but the roar of the lion is very loud. No need of confusions actually. Pitch actually depends on the frequency, not on the amplitude. And loudness actually depends on the amplitude, not on the frequency. Let this be the wave representation of the sound produced by the lion, and let this be for the bird. So in the case of lion, you see the amplitude is more, so the roar is very loud. Okay, but you see its frequency is less. Okay, only 1-2 oscillations are there in 1 second. Since frequency is less, we can say that lion makes a low-pitched roar. But in the case of a bird, see the amplitude is less. Okay, so the sound of the bird is quite feeble. But see the frequency 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 oscillations are there in 1 second now. So frequency is higher here, hence high pitched sound. Okay, frequency of the voice of a child is higher than that of an adult. Usually the voice of a woman has a higher frequency than that of a man. So in this video, we have discussed about amplitude, time period, frequency of vibration, loudness and pitch. I hope you understood this. Thank you.